You know that kind of person? The one who feels tired before they even answer the invite. The one who keeps saying, maybe next time. The one who gets closer to the weekend and wants nothing more than to stay home and disappear for a while. From the outside, people judge them fast, cold, boring, closed off. But that is usually not the real story. A lot of people do not love staying home because they hate people. They love staying home because home is the only place where their system can finally relax. And that is the first thing most people get wrong. This is not just introvert versus extrovert. The real split is simpler than that. Some people go home to recover, others go home to retreat. Those two things can look the same from the outside, but psychologically, they are not the same at all. Some people enjoy being out for a while. They can talk, smile, function, even seem completely fine. Then they get home and crash. Not because the night was terrible, because the cost shows up late. The noise, the reading of people, the small adjustments, the pressure to stay socially smooth. For some people, that cost is light. For others, it is expensive. That is why home can feel so powerful. Not because nothing happens there, because too much stops happening there. No room to read, no reactions to manage, no pressure to stay on. At home, they control the light, the sound, the pace, the distance. And that sense of control does more than comfort them. It regulates them. That is why a quiet room, a familiar chair, the same drink, the same evening routine can feel like relief instead of boredom. To someone else, that looks small. To them, it feels like returning to themselves. But here is where the video gets more serious. Not everyone who loves staying home is living in peace. Some people really are restoring themselves. They go out, get drained, come back, reset, and feel normal again. That is healthy. That is self-knowledge. But other people are not restoring. They are shrinking. The outside world starts to feel heavier every week. Simple plans feel harder. Canceling brings relief, but also guilt. Home stops being a place they enjoy and becomes the only place where they can function. That is no longer just preference. That may be retreat. And retreat is dangerous because it can sound wise. It can sound like, this is just who I am. It can sound like self-awareness. But if your life is getting smaller, your relationships are thinning out. And even things you used to enjoy now feel like too much. You need to be honest about that. So here's the simplest way to test yourself. The next time you want to stay home, ask yourself 3 questions. Am I doing this because I want to return to myself? Am I doing this because I do not want to manage people right now? Or am I doing this because the outside world has started to feel bigger than me? Then test one more thing. The next time you do go out, leave before you feel completely drained. Leave while you still like the room. That one change will tell you a lot. Because sometimes the problem is not people. Sometimes the problem is that you keep crossing your own limit, then blaming the whole world for how wrecked you feel afterward. So, no, loving home does not automatically mean something is wrong with you. You may have a quieter system, a lower tolerance for noise, a richer inner world, a higher sensitivity to social friction. But do not romanticize every form of withdrawal. Some of it is peace, some of it is protection, and some of it is pain wearing the language of comfort. That is the difference that matters. So answer this honestly in the comments. When you stay home, do you feel restored or reduced?